Hey, 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 hey. Listen, not my usual time to go live, but I'm on here. And I want to say, well, I'm jumping on first because I'm seeing the growing response from my It's Not Too Late message download that came yesterday and really just clarified on last night because I was preparing to go to bed. And so, jumping on, not sure who will see this, but just wanted to go live to reiterate the message. So I had a dream. So after I downloaded that message, I had this dream last night, and and the dream was an older woman. She is the I know the person in the dream is an older woman that I know, that I am in relationship with. I don't dream about this person. We have a good relationship. We're not in any as long, at least not that I know of any kind of turmoil with one another. But I had this dream, and they were prominent in the dream. And in the dream, the woman had just given birth. And I don't know how, but the baby ended up in my care. And it was in a carrier, like in a car seat. And in this car seat, okay, the baby was in the car seat. So the woman and I were hanging out in the dream, and I saw the woman, the woman said that, she was about to give birth, and I was like, oh, okay. And then she came back and she asked me a question that had to do with whether or not I had misquoted her. Like, had I said something and posted something saying that she said it, but it wasn't really what she said. And in the dream, hey, Soror, in the dream, I was like, no, I didn't do that. And so she was like, no, I think you may have. And I was like, I didn't. And so I went over to the baby, because now as I'm like reflecting on it, I realized that the baby, I think, was the source. I'm just putting these pieces back together. I've been thinking about this all day. At any rate, I go over to the baby and I lift the car seat cover up, and she looks back at me and she says, it says the baby is deceased. And so I say, what? It couldn't be. Like, it was just crying. And it was like this monitor on there, and the monitor button was red and it said deceased. And it had a towel, like, like a burp towel. It had a burp towel over his face, and it read deceased. And I was so alarmed because I think this baby was in my care, at least it was in my vicinity. But there was something though in me that wasn't panicking. Like, I was alarmed, but I wasn't like, "Oh my God, I killed the baby." I was like unusually calm. And so in the dream, the woman says, after that, she says, I didn't even get to name the baby yet. I was waiting until next week to name the baby. I've been thinking about this dream since I woke up this morning. Hey, Free, I've been thinking about this dream since I woke up this morning. And I think it has to do with the it's not too late. I think that sometimes we take our dreams to be literal. And I think this was much more symbolic and metaphorical. I don't think it was about a physical baby more than it was about what we're holding. Ooh, y'all. The life that we're holding inside, and that we hold inside so long that by the time it makes earthside, by the time it makes the natural, that we don't either A, have a lot of belief that it will live, or we place it in the hands, or place it in a space where we don't give any attention to it. And when we don't give any attention to it, it shrivels and it dies. And so, what is it that you need to give attention to? What is it that you're carrying, that you've been carrying, that you need to give attention to? Whatever it is, I want to encourage you to give it attention. Pay attention to it. put your time in it. Moreover, the person said, I was gonna name it next week. There is a sense of urgency, right? A sense of urgency to bring, to bring what's in us out of us. Hey, Carm, to bring what's in us out of us. And so, I just needed to come back because I couldn't type all of that. I couldn't type that dream out. And one way this talks to me specifically is, you guessed it, you know what I'm about to talk about, the One Love Festival, Ashe. The One Love Festival is a dream. It begins as a dream. It begins as my desire to want to have a traveling women's empowerment tour. Many of you know this story. Come of age during Black Women's Expos, Tampax Total U Tours, and I, in the mid 90s, realized that that was what I wanted to do. I didn't ever really think, as time went on, that that would be possible for me, because I chose ministry and not, mega ministry. I was never in any ministry that, I was never in leadership in any ministry that had, mega membership, or that, had national or international reach. So I just, was like, well, that's not for me. Until I came to a moment where I was experiencing crises. And in the crises, I had to make a decision. And it was my spouse, shout out to Dee, the producer. It was my spouse who reminded me of my desire, of my dream, and said, hey, sis, friend, wife, partner, spouse, you don't have to wait until, some big agency, corporation comes along and affirms you. You could begin now, in the words of Dr. Akosua Lasane, recognizing that you are an institution. Listen, you are already an institution, and you need to move like you are an institution. And so because you are an institution, there is work that you have right in your hands. And so this is how the One Love Festival comes to be. And now we're in our 4th season. I will not tell you it's easy, because it is not, friends. It's actually hard. It's actually extremely hard. And yet, here we are on our 4th year, www.thenumberonelovefestival.com. This is our biggest year yet in terms of who we're bringing. I've been posting all morning on the One Love Festival page and Melva Sampson Instagram and Facebook pages. I just was we're excited to announce this morning the addition of Osei, also known as Osei the Dog Secret. For those of you who listen to urban radio, you've listened in markets like St. Louis or Atlanta, then you with V103, then you are familiar with whom Osei is. Osei the Dark Secret. Osei is a cultural. He is a culture curator. He is an innovator. He is a radio personality. He is Ghanaian American. And moreover, he loves the people. He loves the folk, Ashe. And so he's going to be hosting the One Love Festival on the 28th and the 29th, and we're super excited. Not only is Osei hosting both nights, but shout out to DJ SK. DJ SK is a part of the Zulu Nation. For those of you that are true hip-hop heads, if you know, you know. I'm not talking about commercial hip-hop. I'm not talking about, little this, baby this, and young that. I'm not talking about any of them. I'm talking about those of you who are purveyors of the hip-hop aesthetic. Not purveyors, but who are carriers of the hip-hop aesthetic. That you understand the principles of hip-hop, of its beginnings. This brother, our non-melanated brother at that, is so dope. He takes you on a musical journey, and because he because he is a part of the culture, grew up in the culture at the beginning of the culture. He's a brother, Ashe, and he is our house DJ for both nights. Anju Bear Matoyer, who is our international artist, who will be doing a solo exhibit on June 27th. June 27th at the Muse Winston-Salem Museum, and a solo art exhibit called Speaking in Tongues from Africa to Louisiana, from digital hush harbors to urban networks. We'll be talking about his work that he completed while he did his 1 month residency here with us. And from Winston-Salem, the exhibit will go to the Hamptons in New York at the end of the summer. Saturday afternoon, I'm pleased to announce June 29th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Our conversation partners for our Artistic Soul Conversations that is free and open to the public. So for those of you who know it's not too late, but you don't know where to start next, this is where you need to come. You need to make your way to the Triad, to Winston-Salem if you're not already here. This conversation is free. There's absolutely no cost, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, June 29th at the Enterprise Center. Coach Shayla Hernan Edmonds, who is a very successful six-figure making entrepreneur, who will be talking to us about her journey, about what it took for her to jump out of the boat and to invest in herself, and how, while it has not been without a cost, but how she has been so much more successful, and what believing in herself and investing in herself has done for her own confidence and her professional profile. Brother Jamie Wooten is coming all the way down from Charm City, Baltimore, Maryland. Jamie is an innovator of a few things. One of them is which is a collective of social entrepreneurs that raise capital and then distribute that capital to social justice organizations and organizers to aid them in micro awards so that they can keep doing the work. He's going to come to us and talk to us about his journey, and also talk to us about how to raise these funds. Jamie and his group infamously raised $2 million in 24 hours. You want to come hear how to do it? Brother Rodney Beard is coming all the way from Houston, Texas, an attorney who's coming to help us, to teach us how to protect our intellectual property. You have these ideas, you need to know what's going on, and you need to know what's the first step to take to protect your intellectual property. And then finally, a very close sibling, the Reverend, aka Healer, LeVay Lemon, who is a native of the Trayfor, as they call it here in Winston-Salem, with Healing Heights Unlimited. They are an organizer, a healer, and they are coming to talk about the work that they do. And so I'm very excited to announce those conversations. And then on Friday night, June 28th, we're joined by Dasan Ahanu and Eloquent Soul, by the Alter Egos Band. Hey, Francis, by the Alter Ego. I hope you and Mika are trying to come on up here to the One Love Festival, June 28th through the 29th. Actually, June 27th for the exhibit through the 29th. Friday night, we gonna turn up and kick it. Alter Egos Band, Dasan Ahanu and Eloquent Soul, and the Black Cipher Collective from Charm City, which includes Aquila Divine, Lil Key, the only Lil on the bill, Vargas, brother named Blessed, and we're excited to receive them. And of course, DJ SK on the ones and twos. Then on Saturday night is the grand finale. It is the celebration of my spouse's 50th return around the sun, Ashe. And we are excited to have Sal Rock joining us, Chelsea Green and the Green Project, D Smoke and Moo Fresh. Listen, this was, what did Biggie say? It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Listen, listen. It was really all a dream. And so I just stopped by to tell you, as I wrap this up, I just stopped by to tell you that it's not too late. And there are people who will support your dreams just as I need you to support mine, Ashe. So go copy you a ticket. You know the website. You know the pages. You know the drill. It's just not too late. It is not too late. All right? All right, y'all. Have a good rest.